Another unusual place that you can visit in the Wicklow Mountains is the Glencree German Military Cemetery, created by the German government between the 1950s and the 1960s to re-intern German military personnel who died on Irish soil during both the First and Second World War. Let's go in and have a look and see what is there. The Glencree German Military Cemetery is an unusual reminder that the two world wars reached even the peaceful corners of Ireland. Ireland was neutral during the Second World War, and there was no major battles fought on Irish soil, yet the war still left its mark. German airmen died when aircraft became lost in bad weather, crashed in Ireland, or when brought down after operations over Britain. German sailors also lost their lives at sea, and some bodies later washed ashore. The story of the cemetery actually reaches back to the First World War. 6 of the men buried at Glencree died between 1915 and 1918 while being held as prisoners of war in Ireland. The remaining 128 died during the Second World War. Their backgrounds were quite varied, with many members of the German Air Force, sailors of the Kriegsmarine, civilians, and people connected with the less visible side of wartime military intelligence. One of the most tragic stories connected with Glencree is that of the Andora Star. On the 2nd of July 1940, the British passenger ship, the Andora Star, was torpedoed by the German submarine U-47 off the northwest coast of Ireland, while carrying German and Italian civilian internees to Canada. Many people lost their lives. The remains of 46 German civilian detainees from the disaster eventually became part of those buried at Glencree. Their presence is a powerful reminder that the cemetery does not contain only soldiers who died in combat. After the war, the scattered German graves around Ireland presented a problem. There were more than 100 separate burial locations in 15 Irish counties. The decision was eventually made to bring the German war dead together into one cemetery. The German War Graves Commission developed Glencree site between 1959 and 1961, using an abandoned quarry in the Wicklow Mountains. The Irish government provided the land for free and agreed to protect the cemetery. On the 9th of July 1961, the cemetery was formally inaugurated. Today, 134 German war dead rest at Glencree, 6 from the First World War and 128 from the Second. The remains had been transferred from more than 100 separate graves around Ireland. The design of the cemetery is strikingly simple. A wrought iron gate leads visitors towards a stone memorial hall, while the graves are arranged in the landscape former quarry. Inside the memorial hall are mosaics designed by German artists, giving the building a solemn and contemplative atmosphere. Stone crosses stand among the graves, while granite markers record the names and dates of those who could be identified. And perhaps that is what makes Glencree so interesting. There is no battlefield, there were no trenches, and there's no ruined buildings. Instead, it is set to be created decades after the wars had ended, bringing together people whose lives had been scattered by events taking place hundreds of kilometres away. And that was just a brief background of the Glencree Military Cemetery and some of the people buried there. I do also have a video on Herman Gurt, who was a spy who landed in Ireland, who was also buried in the cemetery, if you'd like to check that out. And if you have watched all this way, thank you. And please do like, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff. It does help the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you all on the next one.